What is up, everyone? River Karaba here, the analytics guy, coming back at you with a new style of video. Today we're going to be taking an in-depth look into one topic that I'm particularly passionate about. We're going to help you achieve your goals through data, and we're going to do it with some forward thinking. Today we're talking all about connected devices, smart TVs, things like Apple TVs, Rokus, Chromecasts, and how they may be impacting your channel. So let's just jump right into it. As you know, with all of my videos, there's no BS. We just jump right into it. So let me break down for you today what we're going to be covering in today's video. First, what are the devices that I'm talking about, just in case there's any kind of questions around that. 2, why I think you should care. 3, why I'm concerned. And 4, what should we be doing about it? Since all of you are watching this channel, there's no doubt that all of you are in tune with at least wanting to grow your influence online or grow your presence, in this case, on YouTube. But all of us know that consumption of online video has been dramatically changing over the last 10 years, or at least over the last few years, with the wider spread adoption of LTE coverage and the penetration and the buy-in of smartphones, iPhones, Androids, things like that. People are using that mobile-first approach to watching online video, and that has not changed. But what has significantly changed is a new kind of medium to the market. And by new, I mean it's been in market for quite some time, but the stats are rising steadily more and more and more. And that is this connected TV or smart TV device that people are watching YouTube on. As I mentioned just a couple seconds ago, these could be like Apple TVs or Rokus or LG or Samsung or any of those companies that have the apps built into their actual software of the TVs that enables someone to click and watch your videos. I did some research into this, and I'll talk about my concerns with why I think you need to be concerned about this. But first, what are some of the things in the industry that are going on? Well, first of all, there's about 181 million US only consumers that have a smart or connected TV device in their home. That apprises about 55% of the US population has these devices in their home and using them to consume content. That accounts for 65% of the internet users. So that's the number that I really want to care about. And by 2021, that number is going to rise up to 67, almost 68%, and about over 190 million American consumers are going to have connected TV devices in their homes. So that leads us to the next major point, which is why do you care? Well, I did some digging on one of my vlogging channels, and I actually pulled this up for you right here on the screen. And if you look, about 20%, 19% of our overall watch time is coming from connected TV, smart TV environments, while that only accounts for 10% of the views. But if I draw your attention over to the average watch time for desktop and mobile, it's averaging about 4 to 5 minutes of an average session. But when you look at connected TV, it doubles. It goes to 9 minutes and 42 seconds in this case. So the fact that that's doubling, why would that happen? Well, that's because of the user experience, the viewing patterns. When people are on their phones, they're a bit more fickle. They're choosy. They scroll between videos and either they're interested or they're not. They're moving on to the next and that on-the-go lifestyle. When you're at a desktop computer or a laptop, you're having a little bit more of a session if you're spending time watching videos, while when you're at home watching television, you are now in a totally different mindset, a totally different viewing pattern of behavior. So to me, it is completely not surprising. Again, a survey of one looking at here, but if YouTube were to share these statistics publicly, which I hope they eventually do because that will certainly help their advertisers, I bet you are going to see this number rise and rise and rise. And it has steadily increased for my channels when I look at those numbers of connected TV viewing patterns. Now to my concern. As we know, the algorithm, as preached to us by all the YouTube gurus that are out there, including YouTube themselves, tell us that user engagement is critical. The amount and velocity of views that are coming in, that view to like ratio, the watch time, they've told us time and time again, is so important, and having to do to even achieve the partner program now. Watch time is important. Comments and shares, right? So these are the things that people are doing in mobile and desktop environments, and the algorithm weighs those heavily when how they decide to propagate a video, how YouTube decides to promote one of your videos, maybe gets to the trending page, the home page, suggested videos, things like that. But I want to literally show you the connected TV environment. In this case, it is for Apple TV that I have in my home, and just show you how much more difficult it is to get one of those likes. I've got an analytics guy video, one of my own here pulled up, and I'll walk you through all of the steps that I'm talking about, how this is not a conducive environment for gathering engagement on YouTube and as that relates to the algorithm. So if you want to get to the options, I'm on an Apple TV for reference here, so obviously it would be different with any other devices that you may be looking at, but I would scroll up and then it would give you these options, and you start to scroll down, you'll be on the pause. This is the previous video, captions, the channel, and over to these 3 dots. So if you click there, now you're given your options to scroll over. There's the quality if you want to change, like, dislike if you were subscribed, to flag, or for feedback, and then this is the stats for nerds. But I want to just show you that again one more time. So you'd have to thumb down, right, into these options that you may or may not even know are here. You could 1, 2, 3, 4 over to more, click, over one, over again, or over again to like or dislike. That is so much you're asking for someone to do just to engage of any kind, right? So as we know, every time you throw a step in for someone to do, there will be drop off. And I can't imagine how much drop off there is for 8 or 9 different steps for someone to take on something that they may or may not know is even there. So as you can see, there is multiple clicks it takes, let alone the non-intuitive nature, to get to an area where you can even like this. You can't comment, you cannot share. So these things are actually maybe serving as an anchor, not a flotation device, to your views and your channel. And what I mean by that is that if the algorithm is working for you in the mobile and desktop environments, right, then those engagements are being collected. But if you're just getting all of this watch time in a huge chunk, 20% in our case, of views from the connected TV, smart TV environments, that's weighing you down. It's saying it's actually watering down that view to engage average that otherwise you'd be taking advantage of. So now let's talk about what I think that can be done. So first of all, if you've watched this far, thank you so much. What I need you all to do is we're going to be sending this video to Tom over at Creator Insider. We're going to be sending this video to Team YouTube and asking them what is being done about the connected TV, smart TV environmental issues. The user flow needs to change. What are you doing to educate people? So help us out. Tweet this video over to Creator Insider. Comment in their comment sections. Tell them that this is something that concerns all of us. We should be thinking forward in this nature. As you saw from some of those stats from eMarketer and the business on how connected TV, smart TV is growing, this problem is only gonna get more difficult to solve. So let's fix it now. Here are my suggestions. Number 1, I would not pick on YouTube if I didn't feel like they had eminent control over something that they develop or own themselves. So although I had you looking at that in the example I showed you is on Apple TV, they control the development of that app. So I would say is the next time you push an update to that, maybe do the whole thing like most apps do where they have a overlay and show people step by step as to how they can engage. Education is good. Knowledge is power. The next thing that I think can be done, and will come with my suggestion also for YouTube, is to maybe discount the algorithm for devices, different devices, right? So based on mobile watching and engagement and environment patterns, or versus desktop versus connected environments. Maybe the impact that connected or smart TV environments has on the algorithm is different than that of any other device. Now, this could be happening right now, but like we know and have been told from YouTube's own CEO, is transparency is something that they want to focus on. Well, YouTube, well, Tom and your team at Creator Insider, this is your opportunity to educate us, and I welcome it so much. People like me are dying to partner with you and help answer questions and think and solve for these types of things that you already, all of the brains that are over there behind YouTube are solving for. Just help us out so we can get the word out for you and communicate. So I would love to hear if this kind of environmental issue is being discounted in the algorithm, or is it something that we could use as a potential solution. And the last suggestion I have is actually in the developmental world as well. Voice search is becoming huge. Could we tell the device to allow us to comment or what to comment. Obviously, most devices, I'm using my hand to insinuate a remote control. Is there a way that we could get around the commenting or the ability to share by linking these things up with different systems and signing in and whatnot? These are things that I believe we can solve for, especially if we work together and approach this in a way that accounts for every single thing that is an input into your algorithm elsewhere is also equally accounted for in an environment like smart TV, connected TV. So I'll leave you with a question. Do you think this is a concern? Do we think that we should be worried about this? Should we get YouTube's attention to try to get some answers for this? Obviously, my opinion is I think so, yes, but I want to hear from you down in that comment section below. So give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you want to see more videos like this that are a bit more thought-provoking, all of you can look at other channels and the gurus that are out there to teach you how to do a thing, especially that's already posted on a YouTube forum somewhere. I want to give you some more interesting things to talk about, things that can raise the intelligence of all of us, me included, from hearing from you in that comment section below. So I'd love to hear from you, and we will see you in the next video.